Hi, everyone. I am Brian Whited. My project uh, for this class really focuses on personal narrative, also known as storytelling. Now, why do we tell stories? Well, we tell stories to connect with others, to share experiences, pass down knowledge, and of course, to evoke emotions through words and imagination. But we can also use uh, storytelling or personal narrative as a really powerful strategy to promote cultural understanding amongst our students. And for me, personal narrative has evolved from something that I used to enhance engagement into more of a framework for an inclusive, identity centered learning environment. Why storytelling? A couple of reasons. First, it helps students connect the academic content to their real lives. And then, second, it invites them to reflect, to listen, and to see value in their own experiences and in the voices of others. As Maya Angelou said, there is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you. So this quote really has become a through line for my project. And my research confirms what I believe, what I've seen in my own classrooms. Just to name a couple, Dunn and Cherub, they explain how storytelling builds confidence and cultural awareness. And this is especially true in diverse settings. LaCroix and her team, they kind of offer identity focused storytelling activities for multilingual learners, and they show how language, identity, and story are deeply connected. And then Chassiar's Roots and Wings program showed me how narrative work fosters emotional intelligence, resilience, and self knowledge. So, personal narrative came to life in several of my classroom assignments. One, my students wrote personal narratives after we studied a piece by Rudyard Kipling. In that piece, the speaker in the poem is addressing, like it's almost like a father. It is a father to son kind of address, and in it, he's telling this young man that if he demonstrates these certain qualities, then that will make him a man. In other words, an adult, mature, balanced human being. And so after that study, students would or wrote a personal narrative where about an experience in their lives where they either demonstrated that quality or qualities that Kipling highlights, or they failed to do so. And another assignment, the villain within or without, kind of a TEDx style talk where they explored internal struggles and external struggles that kept them from being their best selves. Um, that was it has always been a huge success, a highlight of my semester. Also, in the works right now is a digital storytelling project where students they're going to share stories from their culture or family through music and memory. So students are very excited about that. Also, we do 5 or 6 Socratic seminars. And the preparation for those seminars is connecting um, the texts that we're studying with broader ideas about personal identity and power. And then finally, throughout the semester, we do multiple journal writes which are often, sharing personal perspective, even narrative, connecting their lives to what we're writing about, and then we share those uh, pretty much every single time. So all these little activities help to use storytelling to promote personal identity and cultural uh, inclusivity. I also design my classroom space to support collaboration. We use flexible seating, good lighting, and breakout zones that make it easier to share, listen, and reflect. This physical space really sets the tone for the emotional work that storytelling invites. Next, I'll talk a little bit about uh, what I've learned. So, this project helped me to see, or rather change the way that I see narrative. It's not just something that my students do to keep them engaged, which it does. Um, they typically enjoy writing narrative more than any other form of writing that we do. But I think beyond that, it's something that we need. It's a way to amplify voices, especially marginalized voices. It's a way to explore our identities and, of course, to promote connection. And even in a school like mine that isn't demographically diverse, storytelling does help my students see the world and themselves differently, which I think is a big win. So, just to wrap this up, thank you for listening. I hope that this has not been a complete bore to kind of listen to. And I also hope that it inspires you to think about how you can use personal storytelling in your own classroom. For you ELA teachers out there, this is really easy to integrate into the classroom. I can also see it being incorporated in the history classes, psych classes, art and language classes, music classes. Really, um, it could be pretty easily, I think, integrated into those courses. But at the end of the day, I do firmly believe that this is a powerful tool for inclusion, for promoting empathy, and of course, for engagement.